Guys, welcome back again to the heartbroken edition of Cleveland Fan on the channel. Fortunately, guys, I didn't play for the Cavs. Otherwise, most of Pacers players would have been on the floor. Probably, without conscience. No kidding. But no physicality. Unfortunately, guys, Cavs lost the series, which is kind of familiar territory for me as a Cleveland fan. Guys, it took me about 20 minutes to get back. I was making sure, guys, that I'm not that entirely, drunk. But that's not funny, guys. Anyway, Cavs have lost the series. No physicality. I used to play basketball, guys. I was very physical defender, but no freaking way you get past me. You have to run through me, basically, entirely, and commit all types of fouls to stop me from being physical. But unfortunately, too bad, guys, too bad. Another wasted season. It started out 15-0. What happens during regular season in any sport, you can write it off. Regular season means shit, compared to playoffs in any sport, pretty much. Basketball is very exciting in the playoffs, but Indiana figured out how to play defense against the Cavs, how to play offense. They got very good core of players. Cavs have run through the season relying a lot on three-point shooting. It's not the way, still, like old school NBA players will tell you, it's not the way to play basketball in NBA playoffs, especially. Gotta play defense, very strong physical defense. You have to not get down to other team of like being soft, running away from the basket, trying to pass on, playing proper strong defense. Defense is the key. Gotta play strong defense. It doesn't matter. You have to repeat the word. Defense. That's how you play in the playoffs. And of course, today they shot really bad, like in previous game where they were completely stampeded in game 4, which I don't want to even think about. It was embarrassing. You don't play like that in pro sport, in a pro team, as a pro team. But to be physical, Cavs unfortunately are soft team in NBA, guys. It doesn't matter. The league has changed. A lot of players nowadays rely on three-point shooting. Don't try to go inside or make a basket. Too afraid sometimes. A lot of players are like that nowadays. But there are some that are really good, and they are not afraid, of being physical. Back in the old school days of NBA, you would not see that shit that Cavs were pulling out in the second round. It wasn't Miami Heat. Miami Heat is a bad team that luckily got into playoffs, having only one player that actually was playing normally. Cavs, of course, swept them. But then you run into Indiana Pacers, a team that has experience, has very good defense, and decent offense. Say even more than decent after what I've seen last 2 games of the series. So that's what you get. You get that. And fortunately for Cavs, they ran into the Pacers in the second round. I had a very bad feeling about the series with Indiana, how Indiana has played in the second half of the season. They were one of the best teams, pretty much, even better than Cavs. in a second half of regular season. And you know, but coaching a little bit. They need to get someone physical in off season, some kind of physical defender, couple that know how to play defense, how to play physical defense. Because this soft shit will get you nowhere. Cannot be soft. You have to play, doesn't matter. You have to play defense, strong physical defense against very good teams. Otherwise, it's like soft ass regular season crap. In the regular season, in any sport, teams don't put out to their full capacity. That's why regular season most of the time doesn't matter. There are teams that are really good in regular season, but they fucking stink and are fucking soft in playoffs. But I love my Cavs. I would not, but they need to get a physical defender in off season. I'm not sure what it's gonna take, but they need to. Maybe someone in the, I would not say in the draft, of course, because they're not picking. And it still can happen. They can find a defender in the draft, but they need to get one maybe through free agency or trade for someone. And they need to. I mean, this is bullshit. You know, it's a constant heartache for me, because you know, if you're not a Cleveland sports fan, you would not understand what great Cleveland sports fans go through every freaking year. You know, and it's tough. You know, that's why we're hardcore. There are not a lot of fans around the United States like Cleveland fans in any sport. Browns, Indians, and the Cavaliers. You know, you're not gonna find. Most fans are like, you know, cheer for one team but don't give a shit. You know, but Cleveland, Boston has very strong fans in their city. I would not say someone else, because it doesn't come to mind right now. But I'm sorry if if you get offended, but it's true. Cleveland fans are hardcore. You know, to the bone hardcore. Like, you know, they are passionate. Like, I am very passionate fan, as you guys understand now. And I went, you know, to a lot of games throughout the years, to different baseball, football, basketball. But yeah, unfortunately, guys, now the off season comes again. Now basketball for the Cleveland Cavaliers is over. Now we got the Indians, Guardians. I don't like the Guardians name, but whatever. Guardians. So that's how it is. As I always say, guys, being passionate fan is nothing bad. I'm very passionate on a lot of things, not just sports, and a lot of stuff. I am like that. I'm emotional. I'm passionate. I scream a lot during the games. I may curse a lot. I'm like that. You either hate me or like me. There is no, like, you know, no, nothing in between. But if I see, like, you know, whenever, you know, something happens, especially during sports, you can tell, like, you know, today, fortunately, Cavs could not make a freaking basket. Shooting threes, the ball was rolling out of the rim, just popping out, was not going in. Hitting the backboards. They were throwing air balls in the third quarter. In the second, quarter, were a lot of air balls. Bad defense. Couldn't make a freaking free throws, which is important. You gotta make free throws if you're gonna win and playoff games. If you're missing, like they missed so many fucking free throws today, it was just couldn't take it anymore. And Indiana was making all of their free throws, so that's basically the difference right away. You don't make fucking free throws in the playoffs, you're not gonna win many games. You gotta have to make free throws to win games. 3-point shots didn't go in. Donovan Mitchell put his heart out there, being injured with a bad calf and ankle. Garland was not completely healthy, which happens now already 3 years in a row. they're not healthy during playoffs, unfortunately. It happens in any sport and any team. Teams can be healthy one year entirely, then one of their star players goes out for entire season, like it happened with the Celtics with Jason Tatum, who tore his Achilles last game, so he's out. So Boston now is basically out. So New York most likely will win this series and will play Indiana in the Eastern Conference Finals. And then I think Indiana will beat New York. It'll be an interesting series. It brings back a lot of memories for me when Indiana played the Knicks, when Pacers played the Knicks, and back in the day in the 90s. That was crazy. That was amazing defense. Watch those games. It was physical games. Every fucking game was physical. It was Pacers and Knicks. It was Patrick Ewing, Charles Oakley being on the team, Anthony Mason playing John Starks, Derek Harper, Chris Childs, a lot of great players. Indiana had Dale Davis, Rick Smits, Reggie Miller, of course, one of the greatest three-point shooters of all time. Derek McKee back in the day, Mark Jackson. Can bring in like all those Hall of Fame, basically. Knicks also had amazing lineup with a lot of great players, and that was a crazy series. I think they played 2 years in a row against each other. Those years when one of the games when Pacers came back and beat the Knicks, and Reggie Miller made two three-pointers within like couple seconds. They were down like by 8, and then we're up within like couple of like I think I remember 40-second like window when Reggie Miller made those consecutive threes. And watch how they played defense, how physical they were, how they were fighting. They were fighting for the ball, going to the floor, dropping, falling on the ball, hustling, tearing the ball out, fighting all the time. That was amazing display of physical basketball. You know, now this game, Cavs, unfortunately, running away from the rim, not getting offensive rebounds, standing around. I would be coach, guys. I would be fucking screaming my guts out. Play defense, you know, or getting offensive rebounds, you know. Even during LeBron James era, it wasn't like this with the Cavs. They had very good defenders, like Tristan Thompson today actually was on the bench. I was really kind of upset that Atkinson, Kenny, what's up, Kenny? Kenny Atkinson didn't put him in the game. Tristan is, of course, most likely may have been his last game ever. Maybe he came back, of course, to the Cavs. He's a NBA champion with the Cavs in 2016. One of the last ones still playing for the Cavs right now. Currently, who played this season, Tristan Thompson. He won a championship with LeBron. And you know, during that era, of course, Cleveland came back from 3-1 deficit in the finals against Warriors. It was the greatest NBA finals in history, in my opinion, the way it has happened that year. And I still remember how happy and how excited I was when they won it, finally. One of the best championships, one of the few, or first championship in Cleveland sports teams between all the teams, and at that time was in about over 50 years. Can you imagine? Anyway, guys, thank you for watching the Passionate Cleveland Fan edition of the video on the channel, Not Reselling. If you're interested, if it was kind of interesting for you, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't done so. Go Cleveland teams, Browns, Cavaliers, Guardians. We are passionate fans here, with a lot of heart and soul, you know. So thank you, guys. If you don't understand it, if you didn't understand what the hell I was talking about, that's fine. So I'll see you on the next video, maybe about something else. No, maybe reselling. Take care, guys. God bless you all. Stay safe and healthy.